Hi, and welcome back to Dispelling the Myths with Ish. For today's lesson, we're going to talk about the myth of Irish slave. According to the Library of Congress, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Irish News, PBS.org, and a plethora of other sources I'm going to leave in this video, a historian and public librarian Leon Hogan wrote, "There is a unanimous agreement based on overwhelming evidence that the Irish were never subjected to perpetual hereditary slavery in the colonies based on notions of race." The enduring myth of Irish slavery, which often surfaces today in service of Irish nationalist and Palm people supremacist causes, have roots in the 17th and 18th centuries when Irish laborers were derogatorily called white slaves. The phrase would later be employed as propaganda by the slave-owning South about the industrialized North, along with false claims that life was far harder for immigrant factory workers than for enslaved people. So what's the truth? Large numbers of indentured servants did indeed emigrate from Ireland to the British colonies of North America, where they provided a cheap labor force for planters and merchants eager to exploit it. Though most crossed the Atlantic willingly, some Irish men and women were criminals. They were sentenced to indentured servitude in Ireland and forcibly shipped to the colonies to carry out their sentences. But indentured servitude by definition came nowhere close to chattel slavery. For one thing, it was temporary. All but the most serious felons were freed at the end of their contracts. The colonial system also offered more lenient punishment for disobedient servants than enslaved people and allowed servants to petition for early release if their masters mistreated them. Most importantly, servitude wasn't hereditary. Children of indentured servants were free, whereas slave children were the property of their owners. Y'all saying the Irish scholars are lying too?